out in the wild tonight. And what I'm learning is guys, they don't come up to you anymore. Like, guys no longer approach you.
Men don't really approach women in the wild anymore. This is something that is very common. We all know this at this point. Dating apps, shout out. I posted a video about how guys don't really come up to girls anymore in bars. And did dating become men versus women? Like, I thought it was supposed to be fun.
Men are really making it easy for women to be okay alone. Like, literally.
And it's really fascinating and it's like really worrying to me.
What happened to men being able to hold a conversation or just approach you properly?
Hey Mom, I'm just at Winter Market with my boyfriend. We're just looking at the Christmas tree together. So this is Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan, and we're at the Winter Market because I have a lot of money, and it's a lot of it's in gold. But I am really don't worry about me. Don't worry, I can provide because I have a lot of fish and a lot of like. I'm kind of selling like mice right now, and
Wasn't my boyfriend.
And once again, you have to understand that these modern women really need to take a closer look at the company they keep. You might even, in some of these situations, have the woman and the man doing fantastic. They're doing great, vibing, everything is clicking like it's supposed to. But then she might put in the group chat, I'm so happy, he's taking me here, this, we're going there, he's paying for this. And then somebody in the group chat with their miserable behind is going to find a reason not to like him. And here you are, once again, back at square one, because these modern women, they love you as a friend, but they cannot be happy for you. I can't do it. It's against my code. It's against who I am. So I'm going to actively work to destroy your life. That's how modern women think.
What do you think of one of the top predictors for why a man would go with no for a year? He's involuntarily celibate. What would cause that?
His age, his appearance.
Red, what do you think?
His stature.
Okay.
Social status. Yeah, and money-wise.
Okay.
I'd say obviously looks or just mindset. Some people could be turned off by the way someone thinks.
I would say status.
Go ahead.
I feel like maybe just the way that they talk to women, being overweight.
From a demographic standpoint, the CDC doesn't say you have a bad attitude, right? The CDC is not measuring whether or not you talk to women nicely. What the CDC can measure are things like being overweight, how tall you are, or how much money you make. And as men have part-time employment or they've been fired and have no employment, the likelihood increases for them to have no partners. Sorry guys, hypergamy is real.
A lot of modern women you'll find are really, unfortunately for them, undisciplined, very undisciplined. Say for instance, she might or he might have some friends. He keeps some friends, hey, let's go do this, let's do it, let's hang out, right? And I don't invite her because we're just friends. Hey, we're just going out to hang out. It's just me and the boys going to chill out, right? We ain't going to do nothing crazy. We're just going to chill out. Oh, well, you're not going to, where you going? And you got to answer all those questions. But when it comes time for you to go on a girls trip and you don't invite him, and he says, you never really invite me either. What are you guys doing? We ain't really doing anything. I need my space. Boundaries, I gotta have some sort of bodily autonomy and all that other stuff. So it's okay for you to quote unquote get your space and go on multiple girls' nights. But if that man, even God forbid, that man goes over another man's house, have a beer and play some games, God forbid, these brothers have some fun without you. God forbid.
So your girl just left you and you're depressed. Understandable. But you know what the best cure to depression is? Accountability. Have a look in the mirror, my friend. Is that the man that woman fell in love with? Absolutely not, bro. You thought that leading with your wallet and buying things is what would make you more attractive. But really, bro, it was simple. She was attracted to you, for you. She missed the old you that had drive, passion, consistency. My man, you wake up every day living as a shell of yourself. You're 300 pounds and love handles, asking God, why is this happening? Brother man, can we dwell on the past? Absolutely not. But we cannot make the same mistake twice. And you become that old man relatively easily by simply making decisions that move you closer to him, like putting the fork down and following for more value.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. And it's funny that these modern women say that a man has to sell out. Because, say for instance, modern women aren't really ever fully into the man. They're just not, right? It don't matter if the man is rich, even for the 6 foot, 6 figure, 6-pack, they're never really fully into that man. So a man can say, hey, I feel like I want a man who initiates. Okay, cool. I feel like I want to go over here. I'm going to do this. I want to do that. What are you thinking? Fantastic plan. She might put that in the group chat. In the group chat, which is a bunch of women, a lot of times who ain't got no man, just single and lonely. Oh, do you really want to go there? Does he really respect you if he's going to do X, Y, and Z? Oh, I don't know, girl. And then that's when you start acting stupid. You go back to him talking about, I don't know if I really want to go there anymore. And then you try to upsell him on another restaurant, or you try to hold your guns and try to do something stupid to where you try to make him chase you, make him guess, make him grovel, and you fool around and you get broken up with because you let your stupid friends get in the way of you going out and having a nice night.
So I just recently had a conversation with my father about why I feel like chivalry is today. Why men aren't men anymore. And after listing off a bunch of reasons, he looks up from his table and he says, you know why that is, right? And I said, well, because their parents didn't teach them to be. And he said, no, men are not chivalrous because women these days do not require that they give them the respect they deserve. Precious women these days do not demand that a man bring to the table what she deserves. That is why men are not chivalrous. And he is so right. He's so right.
Understand that they have to understand is for a lot of men, they're getting used to peace. They're getting used to silence. They're getting used to not having to hear about nonsense, not having to hear about the foolishness that you got going on, how he ain't paying attention to you every second of the day, just a whole bunch of nonsense. And I understand there are problems, if, slacking off and stuff like that. I get it. But a lot of times modern women keep up mess wherever they go. There's always something wrong. It's never them. It's never them. Well, I wouldn't do this if you wouldn't do this. It's always somebody else. They never, ever once stop and say, maybe the problem was me this time. Maybe I'm the one keeping up the trouble. Maybe I should apologize. That never, ever crosses their mind. Well, let me say, sometimes it crosses their mind. On the small chances that it does cross their mind, they have their handy dandy friends group to tell them, oh, he was definitely wrong. None of it was your fault. None of it. You were completely 120% right. He was negative 120% wrong. Well, I guess you would say negative 120% right. He'd be 120% wrong. He would be infinity% wrong because he's a bum. So don't apologize to him. Have him apologize to you, take you on a vacation, give you really, really nice flowers, anything and everything that you want for the next 3 years.
That's why you can't just have one, because one can't satisfy everything. You did listen. I did listen. So now what? I got a hood nigga. That's gonna satisfy like the bad boys, like the fun, the living on the edge. Then you got your respectful, nice gentleman guy. Like
8,000 years after the fallout of feminism. Wow, so was that really happening in the black community in the 21st century?
Yeah, that was really happening in the black community. You had older single women basically teaching their grandchildren to repeat the cycle. It's kind of toxic, isn't it?
But didn't the black females know that this was a negative when it comes to family creation? And overall weakens the black community?
Yeah, they knew. We tried to tell them. But they said, I don't need a man, I'm independent, and that gets really annoying. So we just said, all right, let them do whatever the they want.
One look and I yell timber.
And what modern women keep on asking for is something that over and over again, we see they're just not willing to give. They're just not willing to give it, right? We talk about chivalry, but really all chivalry is just a man being nice. That's really all it is. It's just me being nice, me being respectful. So take that mindset, and now you say, if he's giving me this type of respect, maybe he would want that type of respect back. But to a modern woman, it don't equate like that. To a modern woman, especially now, back in the day when you had women that would think about their husbands, who would cook, who would clean, they would say, thank you for doing so much for me. Your plate's on the table. And when it gets a little bit older, or gets a bit, technology gets a little bit better, plates in the oven, plates in the microwave. If you're not coming home from work for a long, long time, plates in the fridge. It's already wrapped. You can just unwrap it, put it in the microwave, and heat it up. Depends on what time you come home from work. If you come home, and some women, and I know modern women gonna lose their stuff when they hear it, some women would be asleep when a man walk in the door. He didn't even have to wake him up. They would be up with that thing, and they would get his schedule down, and then they would be up and have his food ready to go. Weird concept. But they did it because, he shows respect to me. He shows love to me. He treats me right. Maybe I ought to do it for him. And so if a man is going to continue to be chivalrous, right, and then stay in your vicinity, then you got to start being respectful back. That's what you don't know. Well, where are all the chivalrous men at? They've moved away from you. They might still be over in this other part of the world being chivalrous and generous to somebody that's appreciative. But you're not, so I don't ever go around you, so you never experience it anymore.
The fellas are now starting something where they're saying they're going to be financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on a woman until marriage.
But can you blame them? So many women is on the internet and everywhere talking about, I need him to pay this, I need him to pay that, and pay this and pay that. So a lot of y'all going in from the beginning talking about what he can give you versus trying to see if you even like the person. So I can't blame them at this point. Like, I would be very cautious of who I give my money to too, because then it's a waste of time. Because a lot of y'all be representatives until y'all get everything y'all can out of it, trying to keep up with the next person, and y'all don't even know what they be doing to get what they getting. Like, come on, y'all. Like, I don't blame them. If I was a man, I wouldn't spend no goddamn money either. And I feel like you don't deserve all of that anyway unless you is his wife. Like, his wife deserves the world, not somebody that's his girlfriend or even somebody just talking to. Like, y'all be wanting somebody to do for y'all, and y'all ain't even in no relationship. What kind of is that?
And what's funny is a lot of these modern women will go down a list of things that they expect a man to do, and then they'll be like, if he doesn't do this, then he's getting chopped. He's getting cut and all that. And so a man might go couple of weeks, or it used to be months on end, trying to do the things for you, but you're unappreciative of them, is essentially what it comes down to. She might drag a man on doing things, simping for her, basically. At that point, it'd be one thing if she was actually reciprocating and she was giving him that same type of energy back, or similar, right? At least dump me a bone, do something for me. But you're not doing any of that. And so you got him in there 3-4 months deep doing for you, and you waiting on somebody else to come scoop you up. You hoping that the dude that you actually want gonna come and get you, gonna show you some interest, and he doesn't. And that's how modern women lose their position in dating. They'll try to hold on to somebody else thinking, he gonna be here forever, trying to get this other person. And if I don't get this other person, I still have him over here. And I'll just keep on doing the same thing over and over again until I find somebody that I actually like. And then when it's time for me to break it to them, I'll talk to the group and they'll say some stupid stuff. Well, it was never meant to be. I've been feeling this way over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Lying. You've been feeling this way over the past 3 to 5 years. You just been messing around with me because that other man didn't want you. Now, when you look like you have the opportunity, you're going to run to him. Once again, the problem is You can run to him, he gonna pump you, dump you, and he gonna send you on back to me. And you gonna want me to handle your foolishness. But I'm not. But that's the way modern women think. I'm gonna keep him on the hook, keep him running around and chasing me while I chase this other man. And when after 10 years, that man that I want don't want me, and I'm clear on that, I'm hoping that the man that I kept on putting on the back burner still wants me.
So many women are competing for the same men, and then a bunch of guys are getting ignored. And then what ends up happening is, where do those guys go? And they go online. That's what you see. They go to porn. They go to porn, or they go to Reddit. I mean, I love Reddit, but they're really going to some of these red-pilled communities. And so what you're seeing now is just men really opting out of society. So when you go back to that stat, 1 in 7 young men in the UK is NEET, not an employment, education, or training. They have just opted out. And as Scott says, there's nothing scarier than a single man, a young single man. And so we are just creating a lot of these angry young single men who are saying, well, this is rigged against me. And so that's why I am worried about the rise of people like Andrew Tate. And if we wonder, where are the dads, where are the men? Well, men are finding these father figures, but they're finding them online, and they're not the father figures that I would choose for the majority of men. And so I'm really worried about this, because I feel like women are saying, guys, you need to step up because I can provide and I don't need that from you. And guys are not prepared to rise to the occasion.
And I think what a lot of guys are finding is that it used to be that approaching a woman meant that you were interested in her. But now modern women have changed this to mean you're aggressive, you're a creep. So a lot of men are not approaching because you're thinking that, oh man, he must be about to do something to me. He must be about to attack me or verbally assault me or something untoward, something wrong. The man is not even thinking that. There's a lot of times men are just walking down the street, literally just minding their business. And what they actually receive from a woman is weird. Like the looks, the body language. And the man might just say, hey, how you doing? And keep on walking. But a lot of these modern women are weird about it. There was a woman actually in a restaurant, and she posted on social media something about somebody coming up and talking to her or something like that, or somebody that she was with, and they were actually really very nice. And instead of turning and speaking to them and talking to them, she just completely ignored them like they weren't even there. I think they might even said, hi to her, because they walked up and they were speaking to somebody else. But then they turned around and said, hey, have a good day, and stuff like that, and nothing. And then she turns to the camera, because these modern women have they brain elsewhere other than the real world. She turns to the camera and oh, well, how dare she do that, yada, yada, and this and that. And then in the comments, you can see people, now I got to give it to them, men and women, holding her accountable. Oh, you thought we was going to be with you? You thought we was going to side with you? That was rude. You don't need to be doing that. That was stupid. So I appreciate the women coming out and saying, hey, why you act like that? That woman was just trying to be nice. She was just trying to, just be polite to you. But modern women, their brain is so warped as to how to be social with people that this is, you gonna post something on the internet and you think you're right, but then people are like, no, you're an idiot and you're a bum.
I just had a complete meltdown because my heart is tired. And this next season, I just want to break. My heart just need a break because I am tired of giving unconditional love to conditional people. I am tired of being liked and not chosen. I am tired of being seen, heard, but never truly valued. Y'all, I am tired. I am tired of being the strong person. I am tired of being the person who understands. I am tired of being the person who takes the higher road. I am tired of giving and never getting it back. I am tired. I'm human, and I know this is my flesh talking because I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I told y'all this faith walk is not easy. This faith walk is not easy. And I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful because I know I have a beautiful life. I know I'm blessed. Oh, I'm tired.
Women don't say this, but they feel it in their body. We don't want a nice guy everywhere. We want a man that knows when to be soft and when to take over. Be the gentleman in public. Open doors, speak calm, make her feel safe. But behind closed doors, don't ask her what she wants every second. Don't hesitate. Don't play unsure. Lead. Look at her like you already decided. Touch her like you mean it. Move like you are not guessing. Not aggressive, not careless. Certain. Because the truth is, the good girl is not as innocent as you think. She doesn't want to run the moment. She wants to feel you can. That she can let go because you won't. That contrast, that switch, that's what gets her. The man who holds her hand in public and grips her hair in private. The one who makes her feel safe and wanted. Not one or the other, both. Every single time.
I see girls commenting saying that they would love to be approached by a man, and I just want to say I don't believe you.
Oh, I believe women want to be approached. Oh, 100%. Women aren't lying that they want to be approached. There's just a few things you have to take into consideration about this. Number one is they want to be approached by men they find attractive. Right. And I think you went on in some of your videos and you did talk about how attraction matters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And I say it all the time that attraction matters. And that's what a lot of women want. Women just want men who they find attractive to approach them. Now, there's also women who want men to approach them, whether they find them attractive or not, because they really do want that validation. Right. That's why there is a lot of women who go, oh, I want you to approach me just because they're just, whether they like you or not, or want you to or not, from an attractive standpoint, they just want the validation. They want people to hit on. It's that free feel good juice, as you can say. You know, it feels good. You know, when someone hits on you, even though, you know, you're not attracted to them, the fact that, you know, someone hit on you will make you feel good. Right. There you go. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But no, women 100% want men to approach. I mean, rates are sky high. So, I mean, people, yeah.
I believe in gender roles, and I know that's going to ruffle some feathers, but I believe in gender roles. I believe men have a specific role in a relationship, as do women. That does not mean men can't offer assistance in the kitchen or offer assistance with the kids or, you know, doing anything that revolves around inside the house. I believe women have a specific role as well. I love seeing women as stay-at-home moms because, yes, you get to raise your babies. You get to raise your babies as your job, because anybody who has kids know that raising a baby or babies is a full-time job, and those women deserve the utmost respect. Gender roles are so important because we have steered so far past that. Nobody knows what their roles are anymore. And I see some of the women that follow me and I follow them, and I see them as stay-at-home moms. I see them as working moms. I see them as single moms. And I love that, because a woman can take on any role and run with it, as can a man. But I think if us two came together and we went back to gender roles, but that's just me.
And you know what's funny is that a lot of these modern women will talk about how they want a man with masculine energy. I want a man who acts this way, does this, you know, the whole alpha man at masculine. Maybe not alpha, but like, you know, masculine. Obviously, they like to say they don't, but they have a list of things in their head that they associate with being masculine, right? Whatever. Fine. Problem is, when you actually have that man walk into your life, because you don't really even know what an actual man is, a real man is, then you're like, oh, he's not masculine, or he's not masculine enough, or he's too masculine. You honestly don't even know what any of that is. So it would behoove you, and it would be best for you at this point in time to sit back and learn something. But modern women don't really do that. What modern women want a lot of times is a man in a costume. Well, really don't even want a man. They want a woman in a costume as a man. They want them. I was actually talking to somebody about this today. I was like, you know what? You really don't want a partner. You actually want yourself. Like, you want somebody like yourself. Well, I really don't want somebody exactly like me. You really don't need anybody exactly like you. You just kind of need somebody that has the same values as you. You kind of need somebody that's going in the same direction as you. That's actually what you need. Now, y'all probably not going to have the same personality. Y'all probably not going to have every single thing in common. Y'all probably going to have likes and dislikes that are on the opposite end of the spectrum. But the values and the way that y'all might get to the same conclusion, but y'all think about it a different way. Does that make sense? That's how you have the same values, right? Like, say for there's a saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So essentially, she might say, well, I like cornbread. You might say, I like cornbread too. But she might like cornbread from, what's that? Yeah, I know Jiffy cornbread, but there's like another one with a K or something like that. Well, I like crustacean or something like that cornbread. It's a really popular brand. I can't remember it. Well, you both like cornbread. It's just, you like different types of cornbread. So maybe one tries the other and, vice versa. I like that cornbread. So over time, you don't have to have Jiffy and she don't have to have that other type. Just whoever gets what, y'all both going in the same direction, and it's not an argument. It's not an argument. Y'all going in the same direction. But too many times, people actually be going in the same direction, but they fight over the specific way that it has to be done. And you don't need to. Unless somebody is committing a crime or doing something that, like, just, you absolutely, it's actually one of your pet peeves. You actually cannot stand it. This is something I absolutely hate. Unless it's that, why are you trying to ruin a good thing? That's what you find with a lot of modern women.